Many years ago, St. Paul wrote to the people of a small town in Greece called Corinth on the virtue of love. The verse is recognizable. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Our dad loved. He loved our mother, his wife of 37 years. He loved his children, his stepchildren, his grandchildren, and his step-grandchildren. He loved his job. And for the last 10 years, he loved his wife Helen more than anything in the world. During his failing health, there was nothing that could bring him to life more than Helen. Despite her own health challenges recently, she loved and cared for him with all of her heart. And even though his body was compromised, Dad returned that love to her in many small ways, with a smile, with a touch, or his familiar repetitive question, "Are you okay, Helen?" Yes, Dad loved the New York football Giants, just like me and my daughter Julie, and maybe some others here. So Dad, I know you may be a little bit busy and overwhelmed right now, but please put in a good word for us this weekend.
Jeez.
Cowboys, division title. Dad loved the community of Manhasset. He spent hours and days and months running the PPC football program. And he spent 10 years as the mayor of the village of Muncie Park. Why does someone do this when you spend 10 years doing mostly a thankless job with no pay? It is only because you really care about the community you live in and its people, many of whom are here right now. Dad loved this church, St. Mary's. In fact, a case could be made he loved this church more than anything. He served on the parish council and the school board, I think maybe even having a title or two of president at one point. But more than anything, he loved the often forgotten people who made it all happen here, the priests, the sisters, and the brothers. Too often, they are taken for granted by the church community. But Dad did not just say thanks after Mass on Sunday. He became friends with Monsignors Wiest, Skelly, McCann, and all the priests and sisters and brothers. I wish I could remember all their names. And he would always invite the priests and sisters and brothers to his house for dinners and parties. Maybe this was because he was in the seminary for a short time. I don't think we ever heard the circumstances on why he had to leave the seminary. But on behalf of me, my siblings, and all of our children, we would like to thank the person that kicked him out. Dad also loved his elders. All of his parents, aunts, and uncles, and in-laws came to live with him when they were older. In fact, they all died in his house. My mother was a great woman. In fact, I called her a modern-day saint in a eulogy I gave her right here almost 18 years ago. I'm sure she had a lot to do with all the people coming into their house, since she was the primary caregiver. But it only happened because Dad allowed it to happen. And as all of us, me, my siblings, can appreciate now more than ever, from Dad's situation of the last few months, this was a big deal. So in closing, Dad, I know you may be quite busy right now taking care of all of St. Peter's paperwork at the pearly gates. But when you're done, can I ask you a favor? Please give Mom a big hug for us. As St. Paul said, but the greatest of these